I'm so keen to get to Ben's stage of putting ice in that bath. At the moment, it's just cold water.
Morning, George.
Hey,
how are you?
Morning. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Awesome. Very good.
I'm so keen to get to Ben's stage of putting ice in that bath. At the moment, it's just cold water. So it's you know what I mean. I put in the comments. I find it harder to turn that shower tap to cold than to actually plunge into the water.
Yeah,
it's actually harder to turn the tap.
It is. Just get in there. It's great. Trust me. There's a reason people talk about this.
Or just send your emails via Superhuman, and you don't have to go through any of that. People will just
also true. People just assume it straight away.
But that's fucking stupid.
What do you got for us, dude?
Okay, so why do cops leave their cars idling? So specifically in America, I don't know about South Africa whether the cops have enough fuel in their cars to leave the cars idling, but
because they're not paying for the fuel, so they don't have to worry.
Wait, isn't it so that if they had to get into the car, it's just go, like there's no let's start? It's like a get in the car and they can chase.
Yeah, I mean, everybody assumes that that's the reason. But if you've ever had a look inside a police car and you look at the equipment inside there, those things have computer equipment. They've got satellite tracking equipment. Apparently police cars, the equipment inside the police car can see where other police cars are. So they've got access to, where other policemen are. And that equipment can't run constantly just on the battery of the car. The battery of the car will go flat, and then they won't be able to and go, as you put it. So they have to leave the car idling in order to power that equipment.
It makes a lot of sense. Not in this country, George, because here have guys going, system. It's not
system offline.
and I think that's basically why RoboCop could never sleep. He had to idle as well.
Yeah, his batteries would run down.
Batteries would run down. So if you see a cop car idling, now you know why. It's not because the person, well, maybe in South Africa they're sleeping and they just want the aircon or the heater on, but it's because of the equipment inside the police car. That's apparently very power hungry.
See, there we go. Now you've taught us something. First thing on a Friday morning, we're not only cold plunging, but we're giving our brains useful information.
And then have you ever, you must have seen the wording on a wing mirror, objects may appear closer than they actually are. Or objects are closer than they actually may appear. And do you know the reason why that says that on the mirror?
No.
Well, because the mirror is slightly convex.
Okay.
So when the light hits the mirror, the objects do appear closer than what they actually are. This is the part I didn't know, was that on the passenger mirror, it becomes even more pronounced because of the distance that the driver is away from the mirror.
Now, is there a reason that they make them convex and that they give you this false sense of distance? Why would they do that?
I think they're becoming flatter and flatter because I'm not seeing that in the newer cars today. I think it was just a matter of the technology that they could put into that mirror. They couldn't make it entirely flat. But right now, I mean, my car doesn't have that writing on it. So I think the latest technology allows it to happen.
Well, Vanessa says because Meatloaf said so, and there was a song that Meatloaf did in the 80s when objects in the rearview mirror, they appear closer than they are. So that's an actual song.
Oh, well, people use this as a meme and a joke as well.
All right, Congo Chris said it's to give you the biggest field of vision. That's what it is.
Well, yes, that's true, Congo Chris. Biggest field of vision.
All right.
That makes absolute sense. See, Congo should come and do the show with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then a YouTube inventor has made a bicycle for shits and giggles that has square wheels.
Oh, okay. So you see, you would have fooled me if I hadn't seen this already, because I immediately assumed, oh, this is just some gimmicky, stupid shit. There you can see it, right? Take a look at this.
Uh-huh. Take a look at this, and I'll play the clip for you. You would think that the guy made the wheel so that it turns. It actually doesn't. It's got a belt around it.
Yep. So yeah. So it's not. It doesn't appear as it actually is, just like the rearview mirror. So very gimmicky, very very cutesy. I don't think it's easy to ride those things though, because your friction on those corners has got to be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I would have imagined that the reason, the easier thing is to ride a bicycle like that, because I suppose the squareness doesn't create centrifugal force and maybe helps you stay on those wheels better. So you don't have to rely on balance to stay up. But I think it would be harder to ride.
That was an invention we never needed. No. This guy wasted his time.
No, I mean, look, my first thought was that's really stupid. But the second thought is they would actually be really cool if that guy lived in Amsterdam, because there's many, many bikes. And if that oak pulled into a coffee shop and oaks are goofed and they see the square wheels, that would be mind-blowing. Then I'm all for it. Then the guy's got a good sense of humor.
And when you come out of the coffee shop and you're goofed, you know which one is yours.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I bet that guy's in like Calgary or Vancouver or somewhere just trying to be fun.
Well, I mean, I watched the whole video. If you go and Google the whole video, the video is about him making these square wheels. So obviously he's a technical guy, and he just goes about making this wheel out of bits of steel and rubber, and it's quite interesting to go and watch.
But George, does he get to free wheel? Does the belt just free wheel on downhills?
The tip doesn't go that far, but that's a good question.
He's pedaling everywhere.
I think he's pedaling everywhere, which is dumb.
Stupid. I'm telling you, this guy should deploy his genius in some other way.
And then very lastly, Gareth, this is, you thought you had dumb people in Florida. I don't know about Vereniging. I don't know if you heard about this story, but this father...
going for the wedding.
Are you going for anything for the wedding?
No.
She's be done Vita on tomorrow night.
No. George, no. At this point, no. No, of course not.
Never. Of course not. Especially when you don't know what I'm about to say. So this father decided in his infinite wisdom to teach his 8-year-old child to drive, and then allowed him to take the car out by himself. And this 8-year-old got pulled over by some other adults, pulled him over and said, what are you doing? You could obviously see this as an 8-year-old child. And then the one adult father adult guy must have been about maybe in his 50s or 60s, says, no, hold on a second. I'm following you to your dad. I would have taken that kid out of the car.
Well, that's parenting in Vereniging. I mean, that's as good as it gets.
So I mean, how do you let your 8-year-old take a car by themselves?
I'm telling you,
quite a tall 8-year-old, right? To reach the pedals and see what's going on here.
Exactly.
Or did they adjusted so that there's something by the pedals?
It was the cigarettes and booze that really pissed off the residents for Vereniging, and they found him.
All righty. Well, I'm afraid that's all we got time for, everybody. We're going to have to wrap it up for this morning. I'm going to go and have a cold shower. Ben's going to go and put out his reel so that we can all see how he gets ready in the morning. Simpiwe is off to a wedding. And George, have a good weekend. We'll see you later. Cheers, everybody.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.